We'd like to welcome you to another edition of Pikeville Independent Schools Principals Forum. As always, I'm joined with our two principals at Pikeville High School, Mr. Michael Rowe, and Pikeville Elementary School, Mr. Robert Jones. Certainly want to thank them for being with us today. We're excited to share a great deal of news with you that's just been going on the past couple of weeks at Pikeville Independent Schools, and I'd like to begin with Mr. Rowe.
Thank you, Mr. Rain. I've got a whole lot of things here on the agenda to share today, a lot of kudos. Again, as I've said previously, if I forget any of these, please shoot me an email and I'll make sure everybody gets the honor they deserve. There's so much going on at both the junior high and high school, and we try to honor as many people we can. First of all, some information for our stakeholders. We do have the ACT test. That is March the 5th, 2013. That is for all juniors. That is a part of the state assessment. That is a requirement that all juniors take this test. So make sure that your son or daughter is present this day and on time, because ACT does set the exact time limits when we can start and so forth. So anybody that's late cannot take the ACT. If you do miss the ACT on this date, you do have to come on Tuesday, March the 19th, which is during spring break, for the makeup. We don't want any students to have to give up their spring break for that, but again, that date is set by the state, and we have to follow that, so let's make sure we're all in attendance on March the 5th, and hopefully all of our students will get some high scores on the ACT. We got some results in from our Explore test for the 8th grade. We have moved from 19th last year to 9th in the state, so kudos to our teachers and our students for the hard work. The plan results for grade 10. We were 9th the previous year. We did fall a couple spots to number 12 in the state, which is still very good. We're proud of our teachers and the hard work they're doing, and we're going to take this data, break that down, and see what we can do to improve to help our students and help our school. A big congratulations to our high school academic team in the regional competition. Some of the results we have in quick recall, who went undefeated for the year. They got first place. Those members are Aman Ali, Alex Malone, Patrick Cordera, Nora Lee, Ahmad Mansour, and Michael Gaunt. Congratulations for an undefeated season. In written composition, we had Jared Alton, who placed 3rd, and Blaine McNulty, who placed 4th. In our science testing, we had Patrick Cordera 3rd place, Krishna Amasetti 4th place. In social studies testing, we had Aman Mansour 2nd place. Arts and humanities testing, Nora Lee 3rd place. Aman Ali scored 40 or higher, which is an honor. She gets automatic advancement to the state, so she did really good with that. And in our language arts testing, Aman Ali 3rd place and Noor Ali 5th place. These students have worked very hard when we're competing at state, and they have to give up part of their spring break because the state competition is on March 16th through the 18th. So not only do these students do well, they're dedicated and don't give up part of their spring break to represent their school and represent themselves. Even though our future problem-solving team did not advance to state, they did come into 4th place, so we want to thank them because this is the first year we've had a future problem-solving in quite a while. Krishna Amasetti, Vianna Lee, Sean Hillwig, and Michael Gaunt did finish 4th in one of probably the toughest regions in the state of Kentucky. We have a new coach, and that is Miss Dawn Stewart, our counselor. We want to thank her for her hard work with that. We also want to thank Mr. Joe Lane and Mr. Brad Cantrell for their help this year. They have been a great asset in moderating and judging for the high school academic team. So not only are we talking about athletics, but we're talking about students who are doing great things on the academic team. Kudos to Eva Sulix for her 1st place finish for grade 7 at the Pike County Spelling Bee. Eva also finished 1st runner-up for grades 4 through 8, so we're very excited for her. Kudos to Ariana Velasquez for her 6th place finish for grade 8 at the Pike County Spelling Bee. Kudos to Miss Scott. She secured a grant to construct a community greenhouse at the junior high and high school, and it's very exciting because our students are going to get a chance to grow the vegetables for our cafeteria. I think this is a win-win for our cafeteria and for our students in our community. Anybody interested in helping with this endeavor, please contact Ms. Scott at the high school. I want to say kudos to the Pikeville City Police Department and the Kentucky Department of Transportation. They came and did a presentation for our students about texting and driving. Some of the videos were pretty tough for students to look at and to have to comprehend, because it really shows the effects of what can happen when people text and drive. So I think if this stops one student from texting and driving, it's well worth the time we put into this. So we want to thank both the Department of Transportation and the City Police for putting it on for us. Kudos to Coach Lane and our junior high academic team. They won 1st place at the Governor's Cup regional competition. Sam Bishop placed 1st in science and 2nd in social studies. Eva Sulix placed 2nd in math and science. Cameron Lane placed 3rd in math and 5th in arts and humanities. Trey Grant placed 4th in math and 4th in language arts. Thomas Ratliff, 3rd in social studies. Hasib Hamad placed 5th in language arts. Nicole Kinder placed 2nd in composition. And Hannah Hopkins placed 3rd in composition. All these students are advancing to state. The quick recall team, consisting of Sam Bishop, Cameron Lane, Thomas Ratliff, Eva Sulix, Trey Grant, Hasib Ahmad, Kennedy Anderson, and Hannah Hopkins, and Callie Leisure, placed 2nd overall and will be competing at state. The future problem-solving team, consisting of Callie Leisure, Hannah Hopkins, Nicole Kinder, and Hasib Ahmad, placed 4th. Once again, great things going on with our academic teams. Kudos to Krishna Amasetti, who will compete in the impromptu at the KHSSL State Speech Competition in March. Great job, Krishna. Kudos to our PHS varsity cheerleaders for finishing 3rd at the UCA Nationals and a runner-up finish at the first Kentucky High School Athletic Association State Championship. In the past, that had been run by KPOS, and this year the High School Athletic Association is doing that. If you don't know, this is our 26th regional title that our cheerleaders have won, making it by far the most winning program we've had at Pikeville High School. Kudos to the junior high cheerleaders for finishing 4th at the world competition at UCA. Kudos to our boys 7th grade basketball team for winning the county in the BCI state tournament. Kudos to Ariana Velasquez for serving as a page for Representative Leslie Combs. It's great to see our students involved with the legislative process. Kudos to Coach Williams for being named 15th Region Coach of the Year in boys basketball. Kudos to Ethan Rowe for being named 15th Region Player of the Year in boys basketball. Kudos to Ray Kasongo and Ethan Rowe for being invited to try out for the Kentucky-Indiana All-Star Series. This is a very big honor for both these, and we wish them luck as they participate in the tryouts. Kudos to Coach Webb and the dance team for their state championship in jazz and 3rd in the Palm Division. Also, kudos to Coach Williams and the boys basketball team for winning Pikeville High School's 34th district championship. Kudos to Coach Stone and our varsity cheerleaders for winning the 59th district cheer competition. Kudos to Miss Adams, Miss Cooley, Miss Huffman, Miss McNulty, Miss Prater, Miss Prady, and Miss Scott for their presentations at our last board meeting. I want to thank Mr. Green and the board for giving us the opportunity to come and share our data, what's going on in our building, not only data, but our relationships with kids, and helping support our endeavors to make things better for kids. Kudos to Sarah Byrie, Savannah Noonamaker, Rachel Potter for making the 59th District All-Tournament Girls team. And kudos to Jake Hamilton, Ryder Johnson, Ray Kasongo, and Ethan Rowe for making the 59th District All-Tournament Boys team. We do have a regional basketball game that is set for Friday, March the 1st. That's a 15th regional semifinals. Pikeville versus Johnson Central at 6:30 p.m. So we invite our stakeholders to come out and support our teams. And again, if I forgot anything on the kudos, please send me an email and I'll make sure everybody gets the honors they deserve.
Thank you, Mr. Rowe. Something I certainly want to speak on behalf of the Board of Education, our school district, to thank teachers of both schools and also to publicly thank each of you for the jobs that you do each day for students. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch, Pike TV is been playing our last board meeting, which all of our board meetings are televised with Pike TV, and we had representatives or teachers from the elementary school, junior high, and also high school, not only sharing data, also reviewing the school comprehensive improvement plans, and of course it comprises the district improvement plans, and then included within that student achievement gaps, or how we are going to target or attack closing those achievement gaps. If you haven't had an opportunity to watch that board meeting, just want to share with you the teachers are phenomenal that we have in our school district. We're certainly blessed to have such dedicated staff members. If you were at the board meeting, the comments from even students included being complimentary of their dedication, their hard work. There's a reason as to why our district was selected and produced the data to be within those school districts of distinction, or in the top 5% across the Commonwealth. And due to the leadership of these two gentlemen and also the staff members each and every day at the schools, it was evident at the board meeting the other night, why our district's high performing. And we certainly thank you for being an integral part of this and making sure that you send your children each and every day possible to our schools, that they're prepared. And it's a different culture within our school district from preschool to the 12th grade. And it's a culture of learning and also focus on academics. And of course, Mr. Rowe just covered a great deal of extracurricular awards. And if we're participating, we want to win. We want to make sure that we have that opportunity available for our students. But of course, the focus by far is, it's whether it's student athlete, there's a reason the word student comes beforehand, and that's what we'll always focus on. It was evident the other night's board meeting. I want to thank the Board of Education for making certain that that's always the focus within our school district. Just wanted to say thank you again to both of you gentlemen and also the staff. It was impressive. Mr. Jones.
I have, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I guess the most important announcement I can make right now, because of the number of phone calls we're getting and emails that I'm getting, is I want to remind everyone again about our kindergarten and new student registration. If you have a school-age student that will be school-age in August, or a student that you want to bring to Pikeville Independent Schools at our elementary school, that registration opens up at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, March the 5th, and runs through Friday, March the 15th. We will be taking packets at our school from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily, and there will be an evening registration, at least one at this time scheduled, on March the 5th from 4:30 to 6:30. We are also in the process of completing an online form batch that a parent can print those forms online at home, fill them out and bring them to school, or even fill them out on your computer at home, print them and bring them to school. Just want to remind everyone that although we're offering the online service this year beginning at 9 a.m. just on March the 5th, that a packet's not complete until it's brought in, so we can number and date it in the office. So any questions about registration, please call us at the elementary school, 432-4196. Mr. Rowe's been throwing kudos out, and I have a couple myself. First of all, our academic team, our elementary academic team, of course, in the elementary school, 6th grade has an academic contest of its own, but we have a group that's competing this week in district competition and also in March in regional competition. So on February 26th and March the 2nd, our PES academic team will be competing in district competition. I'd like to read off those students' names who've worked hard this year. We're expecting great things from them. They participated in the preseason tournament, a Super Saturday, and did really, really well. We're looking forward to them competing in the district and also in the region. The students on our academic team this year that will be competing on the science written assessment is Braden Pruitt, Jordan Ratliff, and Cade Slater. In the social studies written assessment will be Luke Cheney, Jason Lynn, and Jordan Ratliff. The math, the students that's competing in our math written assessment this year for our academic team is Nate Brown, Caden Cottle, and Jason Lynn. Students competing in arts and humanities written assessment would be Evan Kelly, Sarah Belcher, and Blanca Valencia. In composition, the written composition, a portion of the academic meet, our three students competing are Wade Copley, Caden Cottle, and Hannah Jones. In language arts, Kelsey Adams, Madison Crum, and Tyler Varney. Also, our future problem-solving team will be competing in district and hopefully regional competition soon. And those students that compose the future problem-solving team are Abigail Adams, Brody Birchfield, Isabella Justice, Cade Slater, and Adam Swafford. So good luck to our future problem-solving team. Also, our quick recall team is part of the academic team, and they will be competing as well this week in academic competition. And our quick recall team is Caden Bartley, Sarah Belcher, Brody Birchfield, Caden Cottle, Luke Cheney, Tanner Hamilton, Hunter Jones, Jason Lynn, Daniel Ratliff, Jordan Ratliff, Aaron Smart, and Tyler Varney. Once again, all these students compose the Pikeville Elementary academic team, and they will be competing in district competition on February 26th and March the 2nd. I'd like to congratulate them for a fine year. We're looking forward to some great things. Also to Mrs. Fields, Mrs. Kim Fields, our head coach, and Mrs. Betty Brewer, who helps her out. And we'd like to wish those ladies the best of success as well. Just want to remind everyone, spring break for our schools. I think Mr. Rowe may have mentioned that, but spring break is the week of March the 18th through the 22nd. And one thing that he mentioned that I will mention too is our regional elementary academic competition is also during that week as well. So these students that I mentioned are going to be giving up part of their spring break as well to compete in regional academic competition. So once again, good luck to our academic team. We have pretty much finalized our testing window for our K-Prep testing at the elementary school. Barring any unforeseen circumstances, any additional days that would be added on to school, as of right now, you can pencil in, parents, the week of May the 6th through May the 10th will be our K-Prep testing window for grades 3 through 6 at the elementary school. If we have any changes, of course, those days may be extended just a little bit, but right now it's the week of May the 6th through May the 10th. Also, our regular monthly site-based council meeting at the elementary school has been postponed until Thursday, February the 28th, and that meeting will begin at 4:30 p.m. at the elementary school. Also, Mr. Rowe mentioned as well in his kudos, thanking the Pikeville City Police and also the Department of Transportation for their safety presentation. I talked to Chief Reed yesterday, who actually came in to meet with us. They're over at school quite a bit, and Chief Reed mentioned to me that he would like to offer us, along with the Department of Transportation, a safety presentation for elementary schools as well about recognizing safety signs and things, and we're looking forward to getting that scheduled. We're in the process of scheduling that for our schools, so I'd like to thank them, the Pikeville City Police, and also the State Highway Department for all they do for our schools. Also, one final thing, we, as well as the high school, we had several teachers who presented at the board meeting that you mentioned, Mr. Green. I'd like to thank Mrs. Johnson, Miss Witt, Miss McPeak, Mr. Cecil, and Miss Wells for the great job they did at the board meeting last week as well. That's all I have.
Thank you. Again, just a few important dates. Of course, Mr. Rowe touched on that March 5th. Please circle that if you have a junior in high school. Statewide assessment, huge day for our school district and for students in the junior class or the 11th grade class across the Commonwealth with the ACT. Two other dates, as Mr. Jones mentioned, spring break beginning on March the 18th through the 22nd, and also April the 18th and 19th, there will be no school in Pikeville Independent due to Hillbilly Days. And, of course, that's always a question there. And the reason we do not have school, it's obvious. We can't run the school buses through the city of Pikeville during that day in the second largest celebration across the Commonwealth. So want to make sure that you get your calendar circled for those dates. Also, I want to share just a couple other items with you. We've had great participation with the Little League program. I know that you guys, it's been a nightmare for you trying to make up dates because of 2 weekends with inclement weather, and you may want to share how the schedules have been revised, and you guys did have some dates to plug in or to make up.
Well, wisely, our athletic directors at the elementary school, Miss Haynes and Mr. Howard, wisely had some dates built in the schedule in case there were to be makeups. Those are going to have the exact dates, but those are coming in the next little bit. But I will say this: there is one date we're still looking at trying to get it. A couple of games lined out, but Mr. Howard, Miss Haynes both do an exceptional job of getting all those things scheduled and being there on Saturdays and making sure everything runs smoothly. So I definitely want to say kudos to both of them for the job that they do, and also to all the coaches who volunteer their time to practice during the week and you work with these children. But yes, to answer your question, there's been some time that has already been made up. And in the future, we will get all those times made up. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about that again on a Saturday for any more snow coming up. But they do a great job, and I really appreciate them for all they do.
Thank you. Just something else, too, I need to mention. Need to thank both of these gentlemen for sending out their stakeholder weekly emails in an effort to try to keep each of you more informed. We also do things like this TV show and film our board meetings. Something else I need to say a thank you to two other people. One, Mr. Randy Roberts, who there's a link on our website concerning our alumni and foundation newsletter and Newswatch. He sends that out to over 4,800 individuals. If you would like to be the recipient of that or one of these gentlemen's weekly stakeholder email, please go to our website. Just click on Webmaster. Just shoot an email that you would like to be placed on one of these email lists, and we'll make sure that you are on those. And also, there will be a link to a publication completed by Miss Marianne Prater, and it's entitled The Panther Peak. And it's a huge, the latest version of this is probably close to 30 pages. And you say, why so long? Well, there's a great deal going on within our school district. It includes everything from awards and extracurriculars to students receiving scholarships to those things that's going on within the school. And then, of course, our Panther-powered news hours. So, Mr. Rowe, you may want to touch on some of those and items as far as trying to get the community involved more and trying to get the word out as to what's going on at Pikeville High School and junior high, too.
Yes, our news program is taking a life of its own. If you haven't had a chance, you can go to YouTube and type in Panther Originals. Again, that's Panther Originals on YouTube, and you can see any of the broadcasts they've put together. I can say the quality that we have of these are unmatched by any school in the state of Kentucky, and we're glad that our students are getting the news out in this fashion, and it's really a fun program that is growing in our building. Also, other forms of communication, you can follow me on Twitter at Principal Rowe. I try to get all the most up-to-date information out on Twitter as soon as possible. Again, we do have our stakeholder email that we send out weekly. All you got to do is send an email to me. You can find that on our school webpage. Click on it and I can add you to that list. We try to get as much information out as we can, as quickly as we can. So just sign up and we'll do our best to get that information to you.
Okay. Mr. Jones?
We also have an account at the elementary school. It's at Principal PES. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I try to get. I don't tweet as much as Mr. Rowe on that kind of stuff, but I try to get those out as much as I can. So it's at Principal PES on Twitter.
Thank you. We try to make a tremendous effort to get that information out to you. I certainly want to thank Mr. Randy Roberts and, of course, the Alumni Foundation and Association. They're busy, again, working on our centennial or our 100-year celebration. They meet each week. And, of course, these are just individuals that love our school system, that are willing to meet, put the time in. Miss Jane Amos, want to say thank you to her. She has a Facebook web page for alumni and that's working on this 100-year celebration. They have other employees within the school district working on this, and it's a huge celebration planned for the year 2015 for our school district. So can't say thank you enough to each of those individuals. for being willing to dedicate their time for this. Also, want you to be looking forward to production from the high school and Dr. Bersalia concerning the upcoming musical.
Yes, we got a Charlie Brown musical, and I'm sorry I don't have the dates in front of me. I can send that out in the stakeholder email this week, but I know our students are working very hard. We're very excited about that. We've got a lot of surrounding schools who are signing up. I know the elementary is going to be coming over to watch Charlie Brown with us, so it's something our students have been wanting to do for quite some time, and we finally got everything together, so we're excited that we'll be putting this production on. There'll be time for a public performance also, and we'll get those dates to you.
Again, we just want to say thank you. Please feel free to contact either the principals or myself if you have any questions about our school districts information. Also want to thank you for taking time to watch our Pikeville Independent Schools Forum.